Abusia mama na wase na mema wakwaba Attorney General wakasa na insane na Ghana for kan nsem bi se o kasa too much na da bia press conference sa ye hu adwuma bia oye ene sese ye wo kire Ghana for se enye kasa hu bi na da bia osole ya oka na emu oye adwuma na insane na Ken Ofori-Atta ne lawyers obo be kan se Ken Ofori-Atta ni stay owo USA no ne visa stay no spy enu nti na police for akwakoche no Attorney General wode nchirimu aba o se enye ne visa ena spy na embum adwuma ono no oye no underground no ena ema yachi Ken Ofori-Atta enti ebia hope free Ken Ofori-Atta oba bepiem e wo Ghana mem ha na oba edie ne ena ebesie osan so edi nkomo efa orura operation recover route no ehun yenti ensem o kan e defa Ken Ofori-Atta'S arrest no ehun ewia orura nsem na odi atodwa no so be de beto aso e de ama unya subscribe ya mesro so be subscribe like video na share audio bi no so unya bi enke video no emra yakoba e beto aso me da wase
you know that I will not give any details at this point in time. So I started working with the Americans in respect of Ofori-Atta long before OSP, came up with their announcement. Yeah, I started working with them, and I want Ghanaians to know that he just didn't overstay his visa. The visa was actually revoked. So it's not that Ofori-Atta, overstayed. So in July, the American government revoked, the State Department revoked his visa, all right? And they gave him up to November 29th of 2024 to leave the United States, okay? He did not. And then that is how come that they, decided they were going to, now pursue him, and arrest him. Actually, the arrest was supposed to occur on January 4th, and they did not do so. But on Tuesday, January 6th, they, apprehended him, in the Virginia area and took him into.
You're saying this is not exactly about immigration?
Yes, it's not exactly about immigration.
His visa his visa is not expired.
No,
it
it was revoked. The visa was revoked. I am telling you this on authority. All right. The last meeting that I had with the American authorities was just 3 days ago.
His lawyers say here in Ghana say this is just a standard process.
No, it's not. It's not a. They want to give it that a twist, to make it look like there is nothing wrong. But of course, the extradition request that I sent was in respect of the OSP.
Yes, the XML matter.
Yes, but I have been working with the Americans diligently on him, and the visa was revoked, and that is how come that he lost his immigration status in the United States.
Explain to me, visa is revoked on account of you investigating him?
Something I wouldn't want to give any details because we speak with in confidence with the Americans, but this is something that I can publicly confirm that a visa was revoked.
So in respect of his extradition, are your lawyers in America to assist the state as the Department of Justice? As we understand, there's supposed to be some 2 lawyers from your place, 2 lawyers from the OSP or so to go and help the Americans who prosecute the case in the American courts.
Normally, we don't send our lawyers. We are represented because we make the request to the American authorities. So just like here, when they make a request, my office, mostly led by, my deputy, Justice Rimsai, goes to court. My lawyers go to court, and they represent the interests of the United States of America.
That's right.
And they do all the arguments, and then when, they persuade the judge grants the extradition request, and then, we extradite the person. It is going to be the same. So you see, when I said that Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta had hired top lawyers in America to argue his case for him, and that is not going to be an easy battle trying to bring him home. People thought that I was going to the United States to face his lawyers there, and I was afraid. I'm not afraid. Paul Adomochuri did a show here where he said a Stanford lawyer, and you are afraid of lawyers in America. I'm not afraid of them.
He's not the only one who was unhappy.
No, but nobody ought to be unhappy because John Ashcroft, the former Attorney General of the United States of America, all right, called me and said he was the one representing, Ken Ofori-Atta in the matter. But his concerns, that the reason he called me was for me to assure him that when Ken is returned to Ghana, all right, he will get a fair trial. And I assured him of the fact that under this government, and in accordance with Article 19 of the Constitution, his right to a fair trial is guaranteed. No one is going to, Ken Ofori-Atta is not he's not the person that will come here and we're going to treat him very shabbily and so on and so forth. He will be accorded due process of law. His fair trial rights will be guaranteed and so on. So I talked with John Ashcroft, but at the time, I could not, including the lawyer, isn't that the one, the lawyer who granted the interview.
That's right.
So there were three of them, three lawyers who spoke to me via, a Zoom on that day when they were expressing concerns. Okay. So at that point in time, it was confidential. I could not mention John Ashcroft as his lawyer. All right. But I was simply saying that when you take the fact that he has these top lawyers coming to court in America to defend him, it is not going to be a day's work to bring him home.
That's
because he will appear before in this current matter. He will appear before an immigration judge. All right. On January 20th, he's appearing before an immigration judge.
Right.
He has a right to appeal that decision to a district court.
Right.
From the district court, he can go to a circuit court of appeals.
Yeah.
Then from there to the United States, Supreme Court. That is potentially the legal pathway to the determination as to whether or not he should be taken from America.
Right.
If he doesn't self-deport, this is what is going to happen. In the extradition case, again, a district court will hear the proceedings and make a determination as to whether to extradite him. If he is not happy about that, he can go to a circuit court of appeal and to the United States of American,
right.
So I was just laying out, the legal pathway that lies ahead of us,
and which could drag,
and that is part of the process of probity and accountability.
But why do you get a sick man's visa revoked? And as I understand, it was revoked in June.
No, in July.
In June or July?
July, I think.
Rather.
Yeah.
Okay.
July.
Well, he's sick. He's not well. That's what we are told. He needs to recuperate from treatment.
Do
and
you
so
recuperate only in America? You can recuperate here. There are people here with prostate cancer who are treating themselves. We have
overdone our time.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
We have overdone our time.
Yes.
But quick one. The CRC reports.
Yes.
Critics say that you are aggressively pursuing opponents to recover loot, while at the same time you are freeing individuals who are associated with the NDC. Do you regret your early decisions involving, nolli prosequi filings and the famous 60% plea bargains?
No, I don't. And something, you've known me for many years. If I don't believe in something, I wouldn't do it. And when I came into office, I did an objective, professional assessment of all the pending cases. And remember, I keep reminding people that I was involved on the other side as defense attorney, right? If I didn't believe in the innocence of my clients, I would not, in some cases, I would not have, participated in, as part of their defense team, okay? So I had an insider view of most of the things that happened. So for instance, you take, Sagleme, okay? Sagleme, by all standards, was poorly investigated, all right? And the charges were poorly thought through. I'm saying this with all due respect to the people who drafted the charges, to the, state attorneys who were involved. I believe in their professionalism and I respect, their knowledge of criminal law a lot, all right? In fact, some of them are better than I am when it comes to criminal law. But I did an objective assessment. And so I give the Sagleme case as an example. Now, if you look at the case, they were talking about $200 million, all right, of funds, that were misused or lost to the state as a result of the actions of the persons who were charged, including my then client, Collins Dowda, all right? Well, we did an assessment of it. Collins Dauda was charged with causing financial loss to the tune of 200 million. But Collins Dauda was in the ministry for a very short period. At the time that he was leaving, only $94 million had been expended. Okay, so, I mean, something tell me, by what stretch of imagination can you charge a person like that with, with causing financial loss to the tune of 200 million? Except to say that maybe his actions that, he took in office triggered the entire loss, came out of, the various segments. So, for instance, if you take the land, right, you take the land looting cases, they are one component, okay, of the oral cases. Not all of them, I can say this with certainty, not all of them will end up, going to court, right? There will be some of them. There are some of them we are, realizing that the evidence, okay, because the oral report was a collection of allegations, a collection of complaints, and that is why I find it a bit disconcerting, when people like my senior brother Demlevo, complain about the slowness of the investigation.
He's been consistent with that complaint.
Well, that is for me very disconcerting and very concerning, because their report was just bare-bone allegations, right? And I cannot take bare-bone allegations to court.
Yes, ya kwa video na ba wa kire Ghana for say enye kasa na da bia wosole a o kasa na mbum o ye adwuma se de o ka no e no kresa de a na ene owo ayreshirim say Ofori-Atta obeba bepiem e wo Ghana memu ha na questions bia wo se wo ansa no otumi ansa na say ye de no kugina court na se wontimi anka na se bi ye dia e de ye say enye obi ene kumantwi ye ne wo Ghana memu ha. We are just observers. The because what you know, you be can the engine, you be condemn, and a woman biala. I come, Minia, also I be and they say, just go to the comment section. Actually, enough for go home, Unya, and subscribe, and also subscribe. Like if you do, we not share money, we don't know, Unya be every. Now go on, chill out. We know, a be shape you. This is the macro. Bye bye.